This is the Zapata Brand Podcast, Quick Hits Edition, with George Zapata, with Coach Diz, and Jersey Jay-Z.
Hey guys, welcome to the Zapata Brand Podcast, Quick Hits Edition, minus Jay-Z. He is not here as we do the boxing edition. Coach Diz is back.
Yes, I am.
Welcome back, Coach Diz.
It's
in studio. It's been a while since we've done this. We've had a lot going on. I mean, between the online interviews, individual interviews that we've had, like with Buddy McGirt, we've had with Maureen Shea, Teddy Atlas. Oh wow, it's been that long.
Yeah.
We haven't even done one since Teddy Atlas has been on. So we decided to do one today because we have a big fight tonight. Regis Prograis defending his 140-pound WBC championship against Devin the Dream Haney. That is tonight. We'll go over that in a little bit. We'll go into detail with that. But first, let's go back a little bit. You were not present with us when we went to Teddy Atlas's dinner. It was a great dinner. We're going to go into detail with it, maybe a little more in depth when Jersey gets on for one of his shows. But that being said, it was a great couple weeks. We've had Buddy McGirt on, Maureen Shea, Boom Boom Mancini. How can you forget that? He was on Zizzo, up and coming Saudi Arabian fighter, undefeated. That is Buddy McGirt is training. So, real quick tonight, have you seen the betting odds there? Devin Haney is the betting favorite.
I think he's better favorite by 450. I think.
Yeah, but you're going to lay 450 to win 100. Probably not in a fight like that. But give me your idea of what do you see tonight? And I don't know if you've seen Regis fight much. I just happened to look at his last few fights.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of his fights. I do think that Devin Haney's going to pick him apart. I do boxing wise.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to work behind the jab, and that's what he's going to have to do. Now, Regis is the bigger man. I just don't think he's been in bigger fights as Haney, and I think that's what's going to be the disadvantage here. I think
disadvantage for Regis.
Yeah, he's he's a little wild, he reaches a little bit, he stands straight up. So I think that Haney's just going to pick him apart. Haney's not going to hurt him, I don't think.
I don't know, and the reason why I don't know is because, also if you're not expecting it, you don't see it coming. I went and I saw a bunch of Regis's fights because I wanted to see because even when I was talking to McGirt said, I haven't seen much of Regis. And not only that, he said, I don't know of his last fight, how, he didn't look so good.
Yeah.
But
Haney didn't look so good either. I mean, he won, but.
I agree. But here's what I saw when I was looking at it. Progress's punches are really wide.
Mm-hmm.
Really wide.
Yep.
And when I looked at it, I said, man, this can't be good. Because I think Haney, the one thing Haney does have is he can punch. He can punch in between those punches.
Yeah,
he punches really sharp. We're a little rusty, and I'm coughing here. Here's the other thing I saw. I think with the whole buildup has actually been pretty good. But it's been good for Haney. It's been good for Prograis. Little spark because up until last week, I didn't know the fight was on.
Regis is doing a good job, talking shit and all that. His father, though, Haney's father is just.
He can get to you.
Yeah,
he can get to you.
I mean, Haney's a good guy. He's a very you met him.
Yeah, he's a good guy. It's just oh man, his father can drive you nuts.
Yeah.
But he's promoting the fight for his son.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, I didn't know it was coming up.
Because I told you, I said, the Kobe fight's next week, and you were like, well, Haney's fight's this week.
Oh yeah. And I it just was so it sneaks up on you, but they're doing a great job. I like the assistant trainer, the what do they call him? They call him the track coach. That's with Regis. Yeah, I like
little Diesel guy, right?
Yep. I think he's a little older. Comes from old school. Comes from the street.
Mm-hmm.
Good fighter, from what I understand. But. You're right with Devin Haney's father. Bill's he's a little much for this. I think he goes a little too much. I don't like how they're they're swearing, dropping a lot of F-bombs, dropping a lot of N-bombs. I don't like that. It doesn't. Why would you do that?
I will tell you the one shot that if I'm Haney, I've got to be worried about is the uppercut from Regis.
Yeah, but I don't know if he can land it. It's come way out.
He has to, as Teddy Atlas said, he has to, walk down those dangerous streets.
I'm gonna see if I can get a screen share here of
to get to him, and he would get caught.
Who's that?
Regis. He has to get inside to land it, and that's where the issue is going to be.
And the only problem with that, the only issue I see with Haney, with Regis getting inside, is he? I don't think Haney will hurt him.
No.
And then if he can land up, but he's too wide. I think he's way too wide to be like. Devin Haney's been boxing for
and that's why I said, he's going to pick him apart. He's going to be like a sniper to him.
I mean, Regis started at what, 17, 18 to start. Devin Haney fighting since he was 5 or 6 years old.
Maybe not fighting, but in the gym.
Yeah. And then he's turned pro at 15. There's a little bit of contention of whether he lost a fight in Mexico or not. I heard that, but I don't know if that's true because that kind of dropped off the table. Somebody said he did, but it dropped off the table, so I don't know if it's true or not. Who knows? One of the other fights that I saw coming up, where it would be if this fight makes a lot of sense, the winner of this fight fighting Teofimo Lopez, that makes a lot of sense right now because Tio is kind of in line for a shot. Him beating Josh Taylor was big.
I did hear that he might be fighting Lomachenko.
Who?
Isn't it Timo? I heard there was talk.
No, there was somebody. I think it was Kambosos.
Yes,
Kambosos.
Yes.
Yeah, Kambosos. I think would fight him. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, if you really want to break it down.
So honestly, did you think Haney really beat Lomo?
I thought he did.
Okay.
I think Lomo just wasn't as active in the first few rounds. I think he banked them. And then, Haney kind of put him on. But that's what you get with Haney. You get and Haney put it on, put a lot of pressure on Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko thought he was going to sit out there and box, and he didn't. He put a lot of pressure on him, and I think that shocked him. So that kind of put him in a position of, oh wow, I got to now fight this guy this way. So it maybe took him a couple rounds, but those couple rounds Haney put in the bank, and then eventually, I mean, the one round I think that clearly Lomachenko won. One of the judges gave it to Haney, I saw. And I mean, it was a really, really bad round for Haney.
I thought
it was close. I know, I think you're right. It was close. But the difference being, this is what you got. You have a fight.
No, was that the first fight from Lomo coming back from surgery?
I think it was the first fight.
So he was a little rusty and stuff so it was his first fight, and it was a little rusty.
First fight coming back rusty, but I don't know. We haven't even seen Lomo. Haven't heard from him, haven't heard what he's doing, what's going on. I don't know if that's good for him or bad for him, to be honest with you, because I look at him as a guy who doesn't have much time left. I think he's a little older. He's had a ton of amateur fights. Not really taking too much of a beating, but he's got to put it on now and make sure that he's got his fights lined up. There's only a few more he can take that are going to be big money fights. You got Devin Haney. And what about Tank? Where does Tank fit into this whole picture? I think everyone's just avoiding him.
Yeah, I think Tank is top dog of all that. I think, Haney and him might be a fight to look at.
I thought Tio would be a good fight for Tank.
I think he's wild too, and Tank's going to catch him.
Now, what do you think about what happened to Shakur?
I think honestly he was hurt. I honestly think he was hurt, but did
he say he was hurt or was
he maybe sick? I don't know, but I just think that it was one of those fights that he was at it off night.
Yeah, and you know what? That might do well for him because I think maybe if they think he had an off night, and then he goes in there, Tank goes in there, or someone goes in there.
I think Tank's the best out of all of them, to be honest with you.
But Tank, there was a big debate about what should Tank call out Haney or should Haney call out Tank, and I think Haney's got to call him out.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, he's the champ. It doesn't matter. He's the money guy.
Yeah,
Tank's the
money guy.
And they were saying how this fight, they had to add additional seats.
Oh, wow.
That was 19,000 sold out. But I think Regis has a lot to do with that. Regis, I think, has a lot to do with that because I didn't realize he could sell a fight like that. Regis really did. He really sold this fight, and I think he really put up a good showing there. And that made a lot of sense for him to.
I mean, Regis did. Did you watch the face off? And he was like, "Who did you knock out? Who did you knock out? You haven't knocked out anybody."
Well, it makes sense, but he's won.
Yeah,
he's won, and I mean, Regis lost to Josh Taylor, who Tio just beat, and he beat him pretty convincingly.
Yeah.
So I know that's boxing math, but I think Josh Taylor would give Devin Haney a tough go. I think he's a tough fighter.
Styles make fights.
I think Tio is just so fast, and he's a different style than Devin Haney. But I don't kid yourself. I think Tank beats the brakes out of all of them.
Yeah, I do think so. He's just a different animal.
Man, he can punch. He's got everything. He's got box. Yeah. He's got it all.
Has a chin.
Really good chin. I mean, man. But
he's fighting. What is it? The rematch
with who? Not Rolly.
No, the one before that. Cruz, I think. No.
Esau Cruz. I don't think he'll fight Esau Cruz.
I think
there's no money in that. There's no money in that.
Because didn't he Cruz take that fight with like 2 weeks?
Yeah, but
that's what they were.
No, stop it. Stop it. He might, but I mean, stop it. I think Rolly should jump in this mix.
Rolly.
I love Rolly. I love Rolly. He's funny. But I think Rolly should fight. I think Rolly should Ryan Garcia. And the winner of that one fight Tank. Because could you imagine if Ryan Garcia fought Tank?
Again?
Oh, he did fight.
Yeah.
What am I talking about? We got to edit that out because that was stupid. Oh, God. I think the winner of the Rolly Garcia match should fight Haney. Haney and
what about Timo? The winner of that.
Tio's good. I think Tio's underrated.
Or what about this? Ryan Garcia and Rolly fight the winner. He's too big. Shakur was too. Ryan's too big for Shakur.
Yeah, but I think Shakur would fight him. I think Shakur would fight him. Yeah, I think Shakur would fight him. I don't know.
I know he's been calling him out. Ryan has been giving him some jabs.
Ryan's a lot bigger.
Ryan's been giving us, saying that was terrible fight.
It was, but Ryan's big. I think Ryan's big for Shakur, but I think Shakur would beat him. I don't
know if it was clickbait or something, but I heard, and I know I mentioned this before. Is PBC like signing with Prime, Amazon Prime? Like really?
They are.
The
deal looks like it's done. But they said that PBC is already broke. Like, look, boxing's got some shit they got to take care of. They're like, where are you going to put on these shows? Who's going to pay for this? But I guess if one of the things that I always said, and I've said this for years, if you make it easy to buy, I would buy it. It is impossible to buy DAZN.
Yeah, it is. But
ESPN Plus, it's impossible.
Amazon Prime,
it's easy, and you're used to Amazon
because
everybody's used to it because you buy it so much. Yep. So you're used to Amazon. Who doesn't use Amazon? I was never an Amazon guy until I got married. Then all of a sudden, Michelle's on there. She's clicking shit, doing this,
putting this in there. Christmas presents are.
They're all. I don't think I bought one gift. Technically, I didn't really buy any gifts. I only bought like one gift that I went to the store. It was because I had to get it put together. That's it. Everything else just shipped it to me.
Yeah,
it's just easier. So if I can easily do it, at home, I'll buy the fight. If I'm sitting on my phone, I'm like, you know what? If I'm here baking at night, I'll watch the fight. What the hell? I'll watch the fight.
Yeah.
You got to make it easy for these people to put, especially, and I think the older generation is kind of moving away as it is now. I mean, hell, you can't even get local, news now on DirecTV. So that, because they're starting to really push away from it. They're really starting to push away. Yep, they're starting to push it away from it. Push it away. What else is going to be left? At some point, everyone's got to go to YouTube TV or Amazon Prime.
And the thing is, Amazon has the Thursday Night Football, and it
makes sense. Like, look at what Dana White did. He made sports, live sports, an issue where you had to have it. That's the only thing I could see making money now. Like, what wrestling is kind of on the downslide. Live sports is where it is. But how do you monetize boxing?
Got to clean it up.
You got to get these fights together. Dana White has these fights coming together. The best fight the best has always been because this promoter's with this guy and this guy's with this guy. It's always a problem. How do we fix it? I think you have to have some sort of agreement between the promoters and a cable carrier, or whoever's the distribution carrier. All right.
Yeah,
Because they say, hey, I want this fight. I'll pay this for this fight. And based on results, make it a capitalist thing. I will give X amount for this. If it sells over 200,000 buys or 200,000 views, because they're going to already get the buys.
Yeah.
Everyone's watching Prime because you have to buy Prime. I'm assuming you have to be a customer.
Like $10 a month.
Okay. So it's $10. So they already have that built in. This is what we're doing. If you get over 100,000 views or whatever, you know how YouTube works with views. Yeah. You'll get X amount of dollars. Do it based on your thing, on what you're bringing to the table. Make it a capitalist to figure that out. It could be easy to figure out. There's way smarter people than me trying to figure this shit out, and I know that they can. So let's go back to the fight tonight.
Yeah.
Who do we have? Devin Haney.
Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't even know who's on the undercard.
The undercard. I can look quick.
I mean, that just tells you.
But I mean, in boxing, you know what the weirdest thing is in boxing? In boxing,
you don't need to understand.
No, there's only one fight.
Yeah.
Always. There's always one fight.
Mm-hmm.
You could never have 2 or 3 fights on here because everybody wants.
Back in the day, like when we went to AC, there was Kermit Cintron on that card.
Yep.
Torgatti.
There was a couple other guys underneath, but that's the problem. You don't have that. I'm gonna go right now to Google and see what I would guess you would put complete card.
There's probably no one. I saw Luke Thomas talking about this Puerto Rican fighter. Did you hear about that?
Who? Xander?
He's like 21 and he's 21-0 with 21 knockouts.
I don't know. Not that. No.
And he has like the last 5 fights that he fought. The guy, the opponent quit on the chair. He's the guy that killed the guy.
What?
He killed the guy in his one fight. He went back and collapsed.
I don't know who this guy is. Man, that just shows you how off I've been in boxing. It's yeah, we can edit.
I'm gonna get it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you get it. I could probably have gotten on my phone. What am I doing with this thing? I have a stupid iPad here. Haney versus Prograis. Can't put that on here.
This guy right here.
Who is that? Prograis. Safari cannot open. Oh, the iPad's not connected to the internet. No. Where's my phone, by the way?
Let's just go.
Okay. So, all right, we'll go back and I'll edit that one and go. So anyway,
I think it's going to be a unanimous decision by Haney.
Okay, so unanimous decision, Devin Haney. I believe the same. I think if there's a chance, a slight chance, it'll have to be early, and it'll have to be because. But Haney doesn't do that. Haney does not lose his cool, and he lets Bill do all the talking and do all that crap. He fights, so that's the advantage.
The only knockout would probably be if Regis not catches him, because Haney's been wobbled a couple times. He hasn't went down.
But I think Haney was wobbled late in the fight because he got a little bit. He thought it was in the bag, and the guy caught him. He was on wobbly legs in that fight. But it was at the end of the round. He was kind of he walked right into the right hand, and he wobbled to the corner. I don't think he's going to be like that with him. Because I think unless he gets so pissed off at that guy, which I don't think he would. No, he's not like that. He's not like that. Get pissed off and start throwing wild. Different story. I don't think it happens. But if it did, that'd be the only opening I could see for him to hit him. But if he does stick to his game plan, which he usually does, he I saw a great comment. The guy said, I got Haney by 100 hugs and like 5 breaks. Yeah,
but that's
he does.
That's his game plan,
And it makes sense for him to get to the next.
Boom, and then separate.
But don't you think he needs a big? Devin Haney, I think, needs a big fight or a big win to be like.
I think he already had it
against 2.
Oh.
No. You need a big, decisive win to be taken serious.
Okay, I know what you're saying.
Meaning, like,
yeah.
Stamp him as this guy is the 140-pound champ.
Like to knock him out or something.
No, he needs just a big win. Like if he dominates, I mean, if he
I don't even
really
think Regis is the dominate. If he dominates Regis, it's still not. He has to dominate like Tank
or Shakur or someone like that.
Lopez or something.
Yeah, no, I think
that's where.
What about Haney Garcia? I think that would be a good fight. I think they're both there. I don't think he'd get knocked out. I don't think Garcia would get knocked out.
No.
So he does. I think he would.
I know they sparred a bunch of times. They fought in amateurs a bunch of times.
Yeah, I think they're 2-2.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. But there's a fight right there that I would say easily can generate a ton of money. You know, one of the things I saw was that they said Tank and Ryan had that huge pay-per-view thing. But then Tank's fight before that wasn't as big. And they said if he fights this Isaac Cruz, it won't be that big either. So you have to say Garcia might be the money guy.
Yeah, because he has the followers. He has the followers.
I'm going to talk to you about Garcia versus Durate last week.
Mm-hmm.
Garcia's got to get better. Garcia's got to get better. Garcia, you can't pull your head back like this. I mean, that's like amateur. Turn your back. Oof.
But yeah. But you saw what happened with Tank when he fought Tank. I mean, that there was levels to it.
No. What I'm saying is, okay, fine.
I don't think Ryan is that good of a boxer. I don't think he is.
He certainly showed he wasn't. I mean, I
just think he has a lot of followers, and that's what really pushed him. He's an average fighter, if that maybe below average. What do you think?
I don't think he's below average. I think he's average. But you can't. I mean, you got it. You know what I think?
He showed last week shows he's below average.
I think he's untrainable. That's what I think. Derek James like, don't do the shoulder roll. He still went out and did it. He's like, don't do that. It's terrible. You're not Floyd Mayweather. He still tried to do it. I don't think he's below average because Durate is a good fighter. He's not great, but he's a good fighter. He's your top 15. But below average for that level, maybe. For the elite, yeah, maybe. But you can't pull your head straight back.
I mean, that's what Regis does a lot too. He does go.
Regis is straight back, but he's wide. That's what scares me. He is wide. I saw some of those punches that he was throwing. I'm like, oh man, if he's too wide against Haney, that is the wrong thing. It reminds me of Ricardo Mayorga.
Okay, I was gonna say
someone like that. Like someone was throwing these crazy, yeah, Madonna, crazy ass punches and shit. Like out of nowhere, he can knock you out. But I think he throws some crazy punches, and that's. I mean, if he could, I just don't see him hitting Haney flush. I could be wrong. And again, if I'm saying Prograis wins, bet the house on Haney. If I say Haney's going to win, bet the house on Prograis because that's just the way it's been. But actually, after tonight, the picture kind of clears up a little bit because Haney's then 140. You know, if he wins or loses, he's staying at 140. He's not going down.
Yeah.
But one of the fights next week, I think that we have to look forward to is Colby Covington and Leon Edwards.
Yeah.
UFC welterweight title. Now, if Colby Covington wins this and Donald Trump gets into office, holy cow.
That is
what are the odds of that?
I'm saying it's a better odd for Colby to win is for Trump to win. But
man, that is a great fight.
I have Colby winning. I that fight out.
Do you really?
Yeah. I think he's going to act. See, Usman didn't wrestle a lot with Edwards. He was trying to stand up there and just fight with him. Colby's going to wrestle him.
Can Edwards wrestle?
He's okay. He's not like.
Man, I don't know. I don't know because I think Edwards can fight.
He can fight. He can fight.
Boy, I don't know.
Or did Colby take a little bit out of Usman? And that's why he.
Or did Usman take a little bit out of Colby?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Edwards hasn't been in wars.
He hasn't been fighting.
Good point. Good point, Coach Diz. Good point.
What was it, like 2 years? I mean,
yeah, but then he came and he won. It was COVID. He was going to fight Woodley.
I mean, he was getting dominated that fight.
Oh, he would have.
First fight.
Yeah, and I think he would have beat Woodley.
Oh, he would have.
I would think he would have beat him. At that time,
Woodley was concerned about his rapping career. So
horrible rapping career he had. Yeah. No, I think Woodley would have been beaten, and I think Edwards would have won, and then he would have ran off what those wins. But Usman, I think, did get a lot taken out of him by Colby, because as evident to the Khamzat fight, he looked okay, but not great.
I think he held his own.
So is Khamzat on a different level, probably. I mean, if you think about that. I don't know if I just don't. I'm not sold on Colby Covington winning right now. I think how many losses do you have? 3, right? 3.
Was it 3?
I think it's 2 to Usman
and 1
to the guy who submitted him.
No, I thought 1 was to
the guy submitted him.
The guy
early.
The guy correct. That's what
I think it was the guy who submitted him early in his career. Look it up on your phone.
I thought did he foul? No, that was Jose Mazda. What? Al.
Who?
The one that's with Sterling. The Al guy.
Aljamain Sterling?
No.
Al Alquinta?
Yeah.
No. He submitted.
Jorge lost him, and he was in the background complaining. Cool.
He got submitted by somebody like who was coming up. He wasn't great. It was like one of his first fights, or he ran like it off and then he got submitted. It wasn't the greatest.
I like Kobe. He can sell a fight. That's going to be a hell of a press conference. You know why? Because Gary is in the back, or Gray, that guy. Did you hear about that?
Ian Gary.
Yeah. And Kobe's and him are going at it. They're not fighting, but they're just going at it.
What does he have to do with?
Look into the story.
Is there a backstory?
Well, apparently his wife or girlfriend, Ian Gary's girlfriend, was basically set him like, I can't explain it. You just got to look at it. It's just like,
was he sliding up in his DMs?
No. Like preparing how to be a man, how to be this, how to be that. She was like coaching him and stuff.
What?
It was crazy. It's crazy. You got to just look at it. Sean Strickland's talking about it all the time too.
Okay.
It's. I'm telling you.
That's weird.
I'm telling you, just look at the story.
All right. Well,
Kobe's already starting to get stuff.
Now, is this guy Gary? He's in his weight class.
No, I think he's one up. I think.
So why doesn't he come down? It would be a good fight. Do a catch weight, something like that. That'd be a good fight. I mean, listen, at this point, it's all about making money.
Yeah.
Because I mean, what the hell? The belt really doesn't mean anything because they could fight whoever they want.
Oh yeah. Look at Usman going on.
I mean, why wouldn't anybody just fight the best fights? That's it. Totally fight the best fights, and that's honestly what I would do in that situation. Because number one, I don't know how much more these guys got left between the two of them, Leon Edwards and Colby Covington. I don't know if they have much left. If Colby wins, I think he's going to have to fight Khamzat. I think at some point, because I think they want the title on that guy. Then if Colby loses,
okay, you say that.
Mm-hmm.
Dana White's a big Trump guy. Kobe wins. Trump becomes president.
Yeah.
Don't you think he would be?
What, to bring him away from Kobe?
Why bring the belt away knowing you have Trump as the president and Kobe, and they're both like that whole type of?
Oh, I don't know. That's a bit of a conspiracy theory.
I'm big into conspiracy theories.
I know, but I mean that's not. I don't know if that would work. I don't know.
You know who going, because it was a couple. I think it was last week too. Who I'm starting to become a bigger fan. Mike Perry.
I like Mike Perry. He's pretty funny. He's pretty funny. You know what? This might be his thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't think with MMA, he really didn't. He didn't have the wrestling to get that, but he can fight. The guy can fight. He's just tough. I mean, it's just they would kick him in the legs or
take him down. Just lay him.
Take him down. That's not a. I never see him get starched, but he's that's a tough dude.
Yeah.
He's like an axe murderer. He keeps coming at you.
What do they call him? The king of violence?
I don't know what they call him, but they could call him a buzzsaw because he keeps coming and coming and coming. But here's the other thing I saw in that bare knuckle thing. It's gaining steam,
Mm-hmm.
but not enough to make it mainstream yet. They need a guy like a Mike Perry who gets like crazy amount of like press, or something. And he had a couple of negative, but he is one funny dude.
So if they do what, I know he didn't want to call him out, but it makes sense if he fights Jorge in Jorge's bare knuckle, because Jorge owns the bare knuckle.
Well, it wouldn't make sense for Jorge. I can tell you that right now.
I know.
It makes good sense for Mike Perry.
Yeah,
because he needs a name. He needs a name.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, just to start building that bare knuckle up.
Yeah, but if you're the president of the company, and you get knocked out, because he'd probably get knocked out.
Oh, yeah. That's
not good. The president of the company. I mean, Ray Zeffo was PFL. He retired. But
speaking of PFL, did you see that last night?
What was going on in PFL?
They brought Michael Venom Page in the ring, in the cage.
PFL?
Apparently, he was gonna sign with UFC.
Oh, I didn't see that. Wow, that's a big steal right there.
Yeah, they tried to match him up with someone. I guess there was something.
So they fight. Is he fighting, or is he signed now with Bellator at PFL?
No, he's still a free agent.
Really? Did they announce Michael Page or somebody? Though? I saw something like that.
Kevin Holland. It was posted, and it didn't get announced.
Holy shit!
It was on that wall.
Oh, that's right. You were talking to me about that. Yeah. Wow.
Podcast. Yeah.
That's not a good move. He showed up at Bellator or
in
PFL.
The ring, they interviewed him.
That's not bad. That's actually good marketing for him.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Why not? I see McGregor is getting involved in politics a little bit, talking about the Ireland thing, everything that's going on there. I have no idea what's going on there. They're talking about it's like a war out there. There's a war everywhere.
Are they fighting?
They said at the end of the year, at the beginning of next year, because that's that whole USADA issue. Obviously, everybody knows something was going on there. That was a little funny, but I don't think Conor McGregor wants to fight anybody. But I'll say it like I said to you before. I think Conor McGregor gets knocked out by half of these guys. Mm-hmm. He's not that good anymore. Like, what did he really do? What has he done in the last how many years?
Nothing.
10 years?
Broke his leg.
Broke his leg twice. Broke 2 legs. Smacked the crap out of somebody.
Yeah.
Got sued.
Threw a dolly.
Got a woman pregnant or something or some shit. Supposedly had an affair.
He
punched the mascot.
More stuff outside the ring
than inside. And he's still a multi-millionaire.
Another thing, going back to that UFC card that just popped in my head, Patty versus Tony Ferguson.
Is that going on?
That's on that card.
Yeah, that's a sad matchup.
Really?
Yeah. Tony Ferguson?
You think Patty's gonna beat him?
Easy. Ooh. Oh, easy. That's gonna be easy.
We might have to bet on this.
If you want to bet that one, I'll bet you $100. I'll bet you $100. Tony Ferguson hasn't looked good.
But Patty's young. That's it. That's a different.
Yeah, but there's no once your skill starts going out bad. I mean, it's bad. Tony Ferguson's bad. He needs the money. He's got an IRS issue or something like that. They said he needs the money.
I can see him losing, but it's going to be a tough fight for Patty. That's what I think.
Tough fight or not, he's not losing to Tony Ferguson. I guarantee you that. $100. $100 right here. $100, cheapo.
$100.
All right, $100. We have it on tape here. $100. I just think he beats him easy, like really bad. I think it's gonna get stopped. Because if there's one thing with Patty, he can fight. He can fight. He's young, but he can fight. Okay. So the other thing that I don't think they really want Tony Ferguson in there. So I think this is the way to get him out.
Dangerous fight to this throat.
No, this is the progression to where he's going. They're going to make him a star, but if he's not already, but he did take a little bit of a beating. Like he looks a little shaky. He's got to just stay in shape.
Yeah, he goes up.
Stay in shape. Yeah. Just stay in shape. That he thinks it's funny. Stay in shape. If you stay in shape, I think you'll be fine. He doesn't stay in shape. If he doesn't stay in shape, why would you get so high up and kill your body to get back down? It makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
No sense.
He's young. He can do that. Not, in a couple of years, you can.
Couple years.
Another quick thing. Chael Sonnen. You think he knows his shit, right?
Yeah.
Coming out saying Nick Diaz and GSP for 300.
Mm,
And he
I
said,
buy it.
And he said, was it Ronda Rousey versus Misha Tate?
I buy it. I think it makes sense.
I mean, I don't want to see those fights.
You wouldn't want to see Nick Diaz versus GSP?
GSP will kill him.
Who knows?
Did you see the last fight?
Of Nick Diaz?
Nick Diaz.
Nick?
With Robbie Lawler?
Yeah, but I don't think he was in that. I don't think he was really into it. I don't think he was into it. I don't.
I'm just thinking that.
It was bad. Of course it was bad. But I mean, when's the last time GSP fought?
But he stays in shape. He's
Gym shape is not the same as fighting shape.
I understand that, but still, I think there's different levels to it with him.
Yeah, but you know what? Nick Diaz was a very good fighter.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I think you're wrong on that. I think you're wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're wrong on that. So to wrap up here quick, your predictions tonight for the fight.
Haney unanimous decision.
Boring fight or no?
I think first couple rounds will be okay. A little wild, and then he's just going to start outboxing him, and that'll be it.
I am going to go by Haney, unanimous decision, close unanimous decision.
Ooh.
A close one. And I feel that it will be boring. Yeah.
A lot of hugging.
A lot of hugging, a lot of hand tapping, like little tip tap stuff like that to the body. That's all I think. Because I mean, again, I like Devin Haney. I like Devin Haney a lot.
Yeah.
But I've actually started liking Progress a lot. The problem I have is Bill Haney.
Yep.
I think it's a pain in the ass.
He is.
I think the press conference got a little out of hand. It sold the fight. But I didn't like all that language. I didn't think that was good. My guess is this is just going to be a springboard for Haney to get out of that division. Get to Tank. No, because Tank's going to move up. He's going to go to 140 at some point. If Haney can keep winning, he'll get that Tank fight. But I think Tank is going to have to fight somebody soon. That's going to be a big draw. It has to. I see Tank either trying to get Shakur in the ring or trying, and he might get it after that last performance by Shakur, or somebody like Rolly and Garcia fight each other, get T.O.
You and Rolly.
I love Rolly. I love Rolly.
You've been pushing his name for the last year.
I know. I love him. I think he's one of these guys who can catch somebody, but I want to see him and Garcia fight. The T.O. I want to see fight thrown in the mix. It's a good mix right there. A lot of good things in that division. A lot of good things. So, Coach Diz.
All right. Yeah.
We're gonna have to get back to the
quick hits.
Quick hits.
We're gonna talk about the interviews that you did.
Yeah, a couple real good interviews. If you guys could like and subscribe to the channel, I mean it's on there. The interviews we've had there, Buddy McGirt, we did with Teddy Atlas, we did with Maureen Shea. I got a couple other people that I'm going to have on the show coming up soon in the next couple of weeks. We have I'm going to have Jerry Cooney on. I had a contact with him the other day, and the one that I really want to have on soon is Jim Lampley. I'm working on it. I got to get Jim Lampley on here. It's a guy that I want to talk to. I'm talking for a long time. But we're going to have Rachel Charles. She's the publicist for a lot of guys. She's the publicist for James Toney, manager for a bunch of people there. I want to see about Jason Garrett. There's Gary Grant coming on soon. He's a big MMA guy. Maybe we have him on right before Colby Covington fight.
Someone in the works probably for next week that's big in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, oh, that's a good one. Where that actually is going to happen. It is going to happen. But I want to make sure I have the day right.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure I have time. There's a lot of stuff going on outside of my crazy ass life that I got to handle. So we got to make sure that that's good and that we have enough time, because I want to give him a good enough time, because he's not only on just the professional football level, he's on movies and all this other stuff. So I want to make sure I give him the proper time. And he's there. And there's a couple other guys, a couple business guys that I want to have on. I just haven't. I have a girl coming on in a couple, I think next week or the week after. I think it's next week. I have her on, and then she's coming in studio. So it might be one of these views that you'll see here. Good person, and ultimately that's one of the things we want to do. And we're going to move on to doing other things in the amateur circuit. Hopefully, getting around, get some of these shows together, and then make the big announcement coming up in April. And that will be that announcement next week, I believe.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. So, anyway, guys, tune in to us in the next couple days. We'll be dropping a couple more interviews. And remember, like and subscribe to the channel, the Zapata Brand Podcast. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching the Zapata Brand Podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast and listen where all podcasts are available.